Hi friends. Today, again, we're learning about time. Today's Unit 7, Lesson 4. And this one's a little bit different. And we know the o'clock time. I know you guys have been practicing and working hard about the 1 o'clock and how it looks. Today we're going to be talking about telling time to the half hour or half past. And this is a little trickier. And I want to kind of show you just as an example so while I'm explaining it, you can think about it. Think of this as I did a hurry up clock. And when we talk about the o'clock time, we're pointing to the 12, the big hand, the minute hand. When we're talking about half past or to the half hour, think of what half of 12 is. Think about it. 6 plus what equals 12? Half of 12 would be 6. So when we're talking about half past, it would be halfway down. And if you divided this, look at 2 equal parts is half. So this would be half past whatever time the o'clock time was. I'm going to show you on my clock because this is a little confusing. But I think once we practice it a few times, it'll get easier. Here's my clock. And I'm going to put it on 1 o'clock. And we know it's the o'clock time. It's at the 12. Now, if I want to do 1:30, which would look like this, and I'm doing the digital time, 1:30 or half past 1, I would go down to the 6. Now, it's hard to see on this clock, but there are numbers 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We're counting by fives. And we're going to practice this too. I'm going to challenge you in a few days. If you think you're good at telling time to the hour and the half hour, maybe we'll extend it a little bit more. So if this is 1 o'clock, I would go down and it goes, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. There are 60 minutes in an hour. And for my friends who like challenges, half of 60 is 30 because we know 30 plus 30 equals 60. And we learned that when we were doing tens. 3 plus 3 is 6, but we're talking about the 10. So 30 plus 30 is 60. So half of it would be at the bottom, just like half of 12 is 6. So when I'm talking about half past a number, it's always going to point to the 6 or the 30 if you're counting by fives. And I'll show you. Here's 1 o'clock. The easiest way to practice half past time is always start at the o'clock time. So if I want to find 1:30, I'm going to find the 1 o'clock, which is here. There's the hour. I'm going to go down to the 30. And you could either count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's halfway. Or you could remember, half of 12 is 6. Whichever way works for you. So here's our 1 o'clock, and there's our 30. So it says 1:30. Now you have to be careful. If you notice, it's not close to the 2. It's right between the 1 and the 2. It's halfway to the new hour. I'm going to try another one. How about 4:30? And remember, we're going clockwise. We're going to the right. 4:30. Let me write it down. And I'm just going to change this. Look at 4:30 or half past 4. Now, when we're talking as grown-ups and kids, we usually don't say half past 4. We usually say it as 4:30. In our book, though, it does talk about half past, which is kind of weird to say. So here's 4 o'clock, and I know it's 4 o'clock. The hour hand is here. Here's the minute hand. I'm going to go halfway down. Now remember, halfway. Half on this side, half on that side. 4:30. So here's the 4. It's between 4 and 5 because it's not 5 o'clock yet. It's only 4:30. It's on its way to 5 o'clock. If I go this way, the next o'clock time would be 5 o'clock. Now you have to be really careful. I know some of you might have a practice clock at home. I'm not sure. But last last year a lot of my first grade friends did this. They were in a hurry. And I would tell them, oh, show me 7:30. They would hurry up and do this. Oh, there it is, Mrs. B. And I'd look and I'd say, ooh, there's the 30. You're right. But it's not 7:30. Think about it. Do you know why it's not 7:30? Because look at where the hour hand is. It's between the 6 and the 7. So it's not 7:30. This was 6:30. So you have to be really careful. Again, 7:30, you have to find the 7 o'clock. That's always important. And then you go down. 7:30 or 7:30. I like to say 7:30. Again, it's not 8 o'clock yet. It's between the 7 and the 8. 7:30. And again, it's counting by fives. So I'm going to go back. Here's 7, 7:05, 7:10, 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, 7:30. Again, we're counting by fives. If you forget, you can count by fives. 7:30 is the same as 7:30. Let me try a couple more. And again, we're practicing this. We're talking about it. We'll revisit it probably next week. All right, I'm going to do a 10:30 or 7:30. Let's think about it. Think about how it should look. All right, the o'clock time first. So Mrs. B's very carefully finding 10 o'clock. I'm not going backwards. There's 10 o'clock, and there's our 10, our 10. Now we have to do the 30, the half past, because 30 plus 30 is 60, which is 1:30 minutes. There we go. 10:30. It's not on the 11. You can't move this hand. I can't move that. It's stuck there. Only the minute hand can move it. So here's our 10:30. I'm going to do this a couple times now the other way. I'm going to look at my clock, and then we're going to have to write the time. Here we go. Look at the hour hand first. So we know the hour is 2. We're putting our colon. We know it's 2. Oh, I forgot. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's 2:30. And it's, or we could say 2:30. I'll do a couple more. And again, the hardest part is thinking about the halfway, being fair. Here's our 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. So it's halfway down, equal on both sides. All right, let's try this one. And I know we talked about AM or PM. I'll say PM. A lot of us are eating or watching TV or playing a video game. So here's 6:30 PM. I'm going to find the 6 o'clock first. So I'm going around to 6 o'clock. There's 6, but I need the 30 minutes. And I could do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That takes a long time. I'll count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's 6:30. Again, the hour hand is between the 6 and the 7 because it's not 7 o'clock yet. It's still a half hour or 30 more minutes to get to the 7 o'clock. I'll try doing one more. Again, this is an introduction. We'll practice it again, but it's important that we know this for second grade. Here we go. 9:30 a.m. It's almost recess at school. We go in a half an hour at 10 o'clock to recess. Here we go. 9. Let's find the 9 o'clock. Now I have to think 30, halfway down. Take the minute hand. 9:30. Halfway down. It's between the 9 and the 10, so it's still 9 in the 9 o'clock hour. And then halfway down for 30 minutes, 9:30. Again, we introduced it a little bit. You guys can practice at home. Your homework for today is, let me see, page 159 and the remembering page is 160. Again, we're introducing it. I want you to practice it, do your homework, and then we'll talk soon. Take care.